guys, it's Emily. Firstly, I would like to apologise for the quality of this video, or this first clip, because even though I was planning on filming this video, I waited until the sun just started going down to film, so now there's like no lighting. And also I apologise for how I look, because I have basically been in bed for a week. But today I thought I would start a new weekly reading vlog. I'm not going to do these every week, as I said in the last weekly reading vlog I did, but I do think it'll be fun to do one every once in a while, maybe once a month, so I thought I would do that this week. Yeah, so I'm currently reading 2 books. The other night, I think, not yesterday but the day before, I finished reading Carry On by Rainbow Rowell, which was my reread because I finished the 3rd book in the series because it just came out, and then I just didn't want to leave the characters yet, so I restarted the series. And now I'm reading Wayward Son again, which I started yesterday. I'm currently on page 182 because I read about 150 pages yesterday, or 130, and then I read about 50 pages this afternoon. So this is my goal for the week, is to finish this first, but I'm hoping to finish this in the next few days because it's only 350 pages and I'm nearly up to 200, so I can easily finish this weekend. And then after I finish that, I'm not going to reread the 3rd book because I just read it. So my main focus after that is going to be Queen of Air and Darkness, and I was reading this in my last weekly reading vlog, which is like a month ago. I've been reading this since 2019, but I just can't get through it. It's so fat. It's literally massive. I'm on page 380 and I just read like 10 pages a week and I just can't get any further than that. It's not that I don't like the story, because I love Cassandra Clare's books. I literally read all of the Infernal Devices and the Mortal Instruments super fast. But there's something about a book being physically big that makes me not want to read it. It's just uncomfortable to hold. And yeah, I don't feel like I'm eager to read this, but I have to finish it because there's a lot of books I want to read this in the next few weeks. So I have to get this done. I don't know if I'll be able to finish both of these books this week, but if I don't, I'm just going to continue the vlog until I finish this book so I can finish both in the vlog. I'm also rereading Pride and Prejudice, which I have been for months, but I'm doing that with an audiobook and I listen to about an hour a week, so it is taking me quite a while. But I also want to try to finish that in the next week because I only have about 2 hours left, so I think I can do that. And yeah, the only thing is I have school still, and I'm getting a lot of assessment tasks and tests coming up, so I will have to work on things that I have to submit. But if I have any free time, I'll either be watching BookTube or reading, so hopefully I can make a lot of progress. And yeah, so I'll update you next time I read a lot. I think I'm going to start working on Wayward Son a bit more this afternoon, so that I can hopefully finish this by Sunday, even though I do have to do some work this weekend. But yeah, I'll update you. Hey, so I'm going to read with my sister now, and what am I making you read? This ugly thing. I'm kidding. Okay, I'm making her read the beginning of Carry On to see if she likes it. I don't think she'll read the whole thing, but she's bored of her book that she's currently reading, so I'm forcing her. And I'm going to be reading Wayward Son because, was that tilt? I want to finish this weekend. So, yep. I think I forgot to mention it's Friday night. Friday? Yeah. And we just ate chicken. Okay, bye. I'm doing an update for Emily's reading vlog. I'm on page 24 and I'm a little bit bored. And Emily's on page 204. 204. So let's keep reading. Or should I say, let's just keep swimming. You're so embarrassing. I'm kidding. I'm gonna crop that part out. You're not even gonna edit it. Stop. Emily, crop that part out. Bye. Hey, so it's Saturday night and I just finished my reread of Wayward Son by Rainbow Rowell. I read this book in 3 days, even though I didn't enjoy it nearly as much as Carry On, which took me 9 days to reread, but it is a bit longer, I suppose. But in the end, I only gave it 4 stars because I feel like it was lacking. I don't know, there's something about Carry On that just feels like everything is so perfect. Like, I don't know, it's so funny, everything just flows really well, whereas with Wayward Son, I feel like it wasn't as enjoyable, even though I loved it, and I loved being back with the characters, or like still being with the characters. I did not enjoy it nearly as much as Carry On, but I can't give any book with Simon and Baz any less than 4 stars. So yeah, I gave this 4 stars. I like find it fascinating to read Carry On and Wayward Son again, because there were so many things in the third book that I didn't realize connected to the first two because I hadn't read them in a while, so I didn't remember. But yeah, I loved seeing like the connections between the books. And yeah, although it was not as enjoyable as I thought it would be, I tabbed a lot of scenes that I loved, and yeah, I enjoyed reading this again. So basically my plans now are I probably won't read that much more tonight because I am a bit tired, because I basically read all day and I want to do other things. So if I do read anything, sorry, all my books are like on the floor. If I do read anything else tonight, I'll just like keep working on this, The Witch's Way, which is just like a book about witchcraft, but I don't know if I'd like read any more from a novel tonight. If I do start another book, I'm going to start The Perks of Being a Wallflower if I need like a skinny book, because my main book that I'll be focusing on for now on is Queen of Air and Darkness, which is massive. So if I just want to read but I need to like go somewhere, or I just want to hold something small and not have to carry the giant Cassandra Clare book, I will like work on this, but I'm not in a hurry to finish this. This is just another book I can choose from. And then also tomorrow, I was planning on going on a walk today and listening to the remainder of my Pride and Prejudice reread with an audiobook, but I did not. So tomorrow, if I decide to go for a walk, I will finish Pride and Prejudice, or at least get like much closer to the end. I think I can finish this tomorrow, so that'll be like my goal for tomorrow reading wise. But yeah, I think I probably won't start Queen of Air and Darkness, like continue reading it until probably Monday. So I'll update you next time I read a lot or finish a book. And yeah. Hey, so I just thought I would update the vlog because I finally finished my Pride and Prejudice reread after 2 months. I listened to the last like 2.5 hours of the audiobook today, so yeah, I'm finally done. I gave it 3 stars again. I gave it 3 stars last time as well, because I don't particularly like classics, but I did like enjoy it. But I did find that I actually like enjoyed it more this time than last time, and I think that's just because I hadn't read many classics before, so I found it a little like difficult to understand the language. But now that I understood it more, I found it more enjoyable, as I like could understand like the humor, and yeah. So I don't know what I'm going to be reading for the rest of the afternoon. I might read a bit of Queen of Air and Darkness this evening, but I don't know, but I'll update you. Hey, so it's 9 p.m. on Wednesday night, and I thought I would update the vlog because I have done a very bad job at vlogging this week, and reading, I would say. But I don't remember what page I was up to in Queen of Air and Darkness when I started, but I feel like I've read a bit over 100 pages since I last updated. So I'm now on page 530. I haven't read it all today because I have had a lot of schoolwork to do, because I am still doing school even though I'm in lockdown, and that's why I feel like this week and the next few weeks I won't be reading as much as I normally do, because I have a lot more work and assignments to hand in. But I will try my hardest to read for an hour or 2 a day so that I can have something to update the vlog with. Anyway, enough of my rambling. So far I kind of like the amount of Queen of Air and Darkness I've read. It's probably my least favourite Cassandra Clare book, to be honest, but I feel like it's not because it's any worse. It's just the time of my life that I'm reading. I feel like I don't really like it as much, like the storylines and the characters as much anymore. It's just not as interesting to me, but I still really love it. Like, I think it'll be like a 4-star book, which is a very high rating for me. But I don't know, just compared to like the Infernal Devices, like it doesn't even compare. The Mortal Instruments I read when I was like 12 years old, so I don't even know if I would like them if I read them for the first time now or if I reread them now. So yeah, I can't really compare it because it wouldn't be fair. But I don't want to spoil, but like, if you've read The Mortal Instruments and The Dark Artificers, you'll know the character Sebastian. And literally, like, in City of Heavenly Fire, if you know what happens, like, I cried so much. I cried so much. And reading the same thing happen again, if you know what I'm talking about, in Queen of Air and Darkness, literally didn't make me sad at all. And if you know what I'm talking about, I literally feel like I've had such character growth because I'm not upset over this character anymore. Anyway, I'm like really tired, so if I'm not making any sense, I apologize. But also, I've like the last 100 or so pages, there has been no Christina, Mark, and Kieran until like just now. And they're my favorite characters in the entire series. So yeah, that's why it's been lacking a bit, because it's been all about Emma and Julian. But the thing, I updated my Goodreads and I said it there. The thing I really love about this book is that like other characters are in it from the other series. Like Tessa was in it, and like Clary, Jace, Magnus, Alec, Isabel, Simon. But I don't know, like I love seeing them here in this other series, and it makes me really happy to see them again, like because they're like familiar and they're like my comfort characters. But also I kind of feel like they're like unauthentic. Like it doesn't feel like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like them as much as in their own series, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I think for tonight I'm going to continue reading Queen of Air and Darkness. But I also wanted to update because I've read quite a bit of The Perks of Being a Wallflower this week. I'm on page 153, so I have read quite a bit, but I'm just doing this like if I need a lighter book or something easier to understand, because obviously like Queen of Air and Darkness isn't hard to understand, but with all the fantasy, sometimes I want to take a break and read something more realistic. And especially since this is such a small book, it's easier to carry. So I think I'll definitely be able to finish this week because I haven't got that much left. But so far my thoughts on this, I don't know if I would give it a 3 stars or 4 stars, because I feel like it's too good to be a 3-star book, but also like it doesn't compare to books I've given 4 stars. But I feel like the end, because I've seen the movie, I feel like once I finish it, I'll think of it more highly than I do now, since I'm just like over halfway. So yeah, the only thing about this is it's got some like really deep like aspects to it, deep themes, I don't know. And I knew that going into it because I have watched the movie multiple times since I was like 12 years old, and I love the movie. So yeah, I knew what I was getting into, but still like, but it's kind of like nice to see the reality and the truth of like growing up and the world. And I don't know what I'm saying anymore because I'm exhausted. But yeah, so I'm enjoying this, but I think I'm going to start prioritizing Queen of Air and Darkness more and just read a bit of The Perks of Being a Wallflower each day. So yeah, I'll update you next time I read a lot. Hey, so it is Thursday night and I just thought I would update the vlog because I finished The Perks of Being a Wallflower, like just now. So I know I said I was going to focus on Queen of Air and Darkness, but I don't think I've read that much more since I last updated. But I did just want to like finish this because I didn't have that much left, so I thought might as well. So I just sat down and read the rest. I think in the end I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I haven't put it on Goodreads yet, but I feel like it's more of a 3.5, 3.75 star book because I rate books based on how much I enjoyed them. But I feel like it's too good to be a 3-star, but it doesn't really like reach 4 stars. So, but I might just give it 4 stars anyway. It did not make me cry, which I was expecting to cry because I think I cried watching the movie, but I did like get like burning behind my eyes a couple times. So yeah, I really enjoyed reading this. I think now, because I'm still reading Queen of Air and Darkness, I like to have a smaller book that's just easier to carry if I have to go somewhere or if I just don't want to have to hold the big book. So I think I'm going to continue reading The Fever Code by James Dashner, which is a Maze Runner prequel. I started this and I've only read like about a third when I did a 24-hour readathon with my friends, and I vlogged that, but I just never finished it afterwards. I got a bit bored, but I think because it's still on my currently reading, I want to just like finish it so I can add another book to my reading challenge on Goodreads. So yeah, I will be continuing with this, but it won't be a focus. I'll just read from this when I want to hold a lighter book. For tonight, I think I might read a bit of Queen of Air and Darkness later, like just a bit more. But I'm not really in much of a reading mood, and I do have some stuff I have to get done, so I don't think I'll make too much progress tonight. But I'm going to try to finish it like within the next week. Hey, so it's been about 2 or 3 weeks since I last updated the vlog because I did have a lot of schoolwork those next few weeks, and I had like a 2-week exam period which I just finished. So I kept reading, but I put the vlog on hold because I wasn't reading a lot each day, and I didn't really want to like update each day when I had so much going on. I just wanted to kind of like do my study or do my assignments and then relax. So yeah, since I last updated you, I have finished 3 books, so I thought I would just talk about all of them and then end the vlog here. So when I was doing my exam period, I reread A Court of Frost and Starlight because I just wanted something quick and easy, and I was kind of like missing these characters because I was seeing a lot of like TikToks on Book Talk of like A Court of Thorns and Roses characters and stuff. So I thought I would pick this up and read it again, which I haven't read it since 2019. So I think I gave this 4 stars, but more like a 3.5, 3.75 star. Just because a lot of it was boring, but the actual, like, if you know what I mean, like when they have the actual solstice at Feyre and Rhys's house, like I found that scene just like so like great, and that was about half the book, so I thought I would give it a higher rating even though it is a novella. I think I enjoyed it more this time than the first time, which is odd, but it was just like a comfort book because I was doing so much schoolwork. I just needed something that didn't take a lot of brain power to read. So yeah. And then I also read Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I think that's how you say it. And this I started before Court of Frost and Starlight, but then it's kind of dense and it's kind of like, it's not hard to understand, but because it's a classic, like it takes a bit more brain power. So I put this on hold and then I just finished this a few days ago. I gave this 3.5 stars, and it's not by any means a bad book. I'm just not a big fan of classics, and I think that's just because I'm new to classics. The only ones I've read is this, The Picture of Dorian Gray, and Pride and Prejudice, so I'm not like very good at understanding the language, and I think that's what makes me dislike classics. So I feel like as I read more, I'm going to read a few more in the coming year, I will start to enjoy them more and give them higher star ratings. But I didn't by any means like dislike this book. I enjoyed the story, but the problem I had with it is I didn't understand what the point was. Like we get to the end and I guess like it shows you like a snapshot of history and shows you like I don't know, the nature of humanity and different people and how they act and react to situations. But overall, I didn't really see a point, and that's why I didn't like it that much. But I did still enjoy like finding out what happens next and listening to the actual story. I read the first 70 or 80 pages like with the physical book, and then I moved on to an audiobook because there were like voice actors, so I found it a lot easier to tell like which character was speaking. So yeah, I finished this. And then the book that you're probably all waiting for if you clicked on this, I finished Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare. This book, I put it into Goodreads as finished. This book took me 2 months. I read like 6 other books while reading this, and I wanted to give it a low star rating because it took so long. But then I thought about it, and it's not that I didn't like it. It was just that it took forever. So I think I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads, but it was more of a 3.75, 3.5 star book for me personally. The thing about it is, if I was 12 years old and I just finished the Mortal Instruments and then I read all of the Dark Artifices and it was this length, I would love that. Because when I was 12 years old, I could not get enough Shadowhunters. But as a 17-year-old who has school, who has a massive TBR, like, there was just no time for me to read this entire, like, there was time because I finished it. But it was just like, I felt like I was wasting my time reading this. And because of that, I don't know if I'm going to be reading the next series, which I think is called The Wicked Powers. But then I'm torn because, like, the end of this book was so shocking to me. Like, if you know, you know, like the last line in the epilogue. And because of that, like, I want to read the next series, but I feel like it's a trick, and Cassandra Clare put that line so that everyone would want the next book, and then it's not going to play a big part in the series. But I don't know, because I didn't like how, I might just talk about a few things in the most spoiler-free way I can, but I don't like how Ty and Kit ended, so I would like to see more of them, and I know the next series is more focused on them. Also, the thing I loved most about this book is how much of the Mortal Instruments characters were, like, in it. So especially, like, Clary, Jace, Magnus, and Alec, because those were, like, my comfort characters when I was 12. So seeing them again and seeing them older is, like, sort of, like, special. Not special, but, like, you know what I mean? Comforting. Yeah, but the only thing about that is, even though I love seeing all those characters in this book, I felt like they were a bit, like, unauthentic. Like, maybe that's because they're older now, so their personalities are more mature, but I felt like when I was seeing the Mortal Instruments characters, it didn't feel as much like them as in their own series. What else? I don't, like, there's not much I can say without giving away spoilers. Oh, the other thing is, I won't say too much because I don't want to spoil, but Mark, Kieran, and Christina's relationship in this book, especially how it ended, like, because if you know, you know, like, when that thing happened with Kieran, I was like, oh my god, no, like, I don't want him to leave. But then at the end, when everything works itself out in this book, it's great. That's as much as I think I can say without giving away spoilers. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but I think that's about it. So yeah, I enjoyed reading this, but I don't know if I'll be reading the next series. Although I will be reading Chain of Gold, Chain of Iron, and like the rest of the Last Hours books, how many there are. So yeah. So that's the end of this reading vlog. I'm sorry there was such a long, like, delay, and it took me so much time to, like, finally wrap it up and finish it. But I hope you enjoyed. Like if you did, subscribe if you want to. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.